Post. Post. Stop. Breathe in. Arms. Order. Arm. Left. Face. Forward. March.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic which stands one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please remain standing just for a moment. If you will, please bow your head with me. Most gracious Heavenly Father, we come to you this afternoon thanking you for this opportunity for us to gather with friends and family to celebrate the accomplishments of our graduates. As they move forward in their profession, please watch over them and guide them and help them have a long and successful career. It's in Christ's name we pray. Amen. Amen. Thank you. You may be seated. Good evening. On behalf of Florida Gateway College, our Board of Trustees, and our President, Dr. Barrett, I'd like to welcome you to our graduation ceremony for our emergency services programs. My name is Tracy Higdon. I run the fire program here at Florida Gateway College, and I'd like to welcome you to our celebration here today and thank you for being here. We're here to celebrate these men and women and what they've accomplished in their emergency services programs. Before we do that, I'd like to recognize some other special people that are here. First, I would like to thank our military servants, both active and retired. If you are part of this country's armed forces, please stand so that we may honor you. Thank you for your service. We also have many other faculty, Vice President, again, the President, Dr. Barrett's here. We have several chiefs from the area. We thank all of you for being here and supporting these young men and women as they move forward in their careers. On that note, I would like to introduce our President, Dr. Lawrence Barrett, Florida Gateway College. He has a few remarks he's going to share with us.
Good evening. Thank you, Tracy. This is a very busy time of the year for Florida Gateway College. It's a very special time of the year. We had our nursing penny on Wednesday night. Yesterday, we had two graduations with over 350 students participating. But one of the most special times of this year is this event, our first responders and our public safety graduates. Most of you, all of you, have taken your program at our Lusty campus, and that program has grown so much due to the dedication of your professors and the administration of that. And it's just not grown in quantity, but it's grown in quality as one of the best public safety academies in all of North Florida. And it's proven by the graduates tonight. So I can't say enough about our graduates. Have a wonderful evening. This is such a special event. I'm glad I'm part of it. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Barrett. The profession of emergency services is not an easy one, nor is it for everyone. When a person calls 911 to ask for help, there's no option for the responder to wait until they're ready to respond to the call. They don't choose when the calls come in. They don't choose how often the calls come in. They simply respond when there's a cry for help. And when they arrive on the scene that they are called to, they must professionally manage whatever crisis is happening and rely on their training. The men and women that we celebrate here this evening will see, hear, and experience things that most people never will. They will intervene in a citizen's darkest moment, and they will stand between danger and a stranger. Think about that for a minute. They are willing to risk their own personal health and well-being for someone they've never even met. Service of that level is an incredible thing, and it should not be taken lightly. It's been said, you can be anything that you want to be. You just have to try. I'm going to tell you, I don't believe that. Winning does not accidentally happen, and firefighting and emergency medical services are not something that just anyone can do. It takes intelligence, physicality, and emotional steadiness to be successful. These men and women must be able to put aside personal feelings and emotions and manage whatever emergency they've been called to. It could be a medical problem, such as a diabetic emergency, a seizure, or a heart attack. It could be trauma from a fall, a vehicle accident, a gunshot, or a stabbing. Or it could be a fire in someone's business, a car, or their home. In any case, these graduates will rise to protect those that need it most. The men and women graduating here this evening could not have completed these programs without the support of you, their family and friends. And likewise, when they begin their career, they will still need your support. This profession comes with long hours and stress. Now, don't get me wrong, there are a lot of good times that come with this as well, and that's the parts they'll probably share with you. They'll tell you about the funny thing that they saw or the interesting thing that happened to them at work, but most of them will not come home and tell you about the details of the tough call that they had. I was blessed to have a career in fire rescue for over 25 years, and along the way, I have met some very incredible people. And one of those individuals is our guest speaker here this evening. This man has proudly called Bradford County home for most of his life. He's a graduate of Bradford High School's class of 2007 and began serving his community early, joining the Helburn Springs Fire Department at just 16 years old. While still in high school, he dual enrolled at Santa Fe College and earned his EMT license, taking the state exam the day after his high school graduation. This man began his professional public safety career with Bradford County Fire Rescue in 2007, and he's since served in a wide range of roles, including EMT, paramedic, quality assurance officer, operations captain, division chief, and deputy chief. He also worked for many years with the Union County EMS and Stark Fire Rescue. He completed his firefighter training at First Coast Technical College in 2010, where he served as the team leader of his academy class. In 2011, he completed the paramedic program at Santa Fe College, later earning an associate's degree in emergency medical services. And he went on to serve as a lead team paramedic, a rescue diver, and helicopter underwater egress training instructor for the private rescue company Rotorworld, training military and civilian personnel across the globe. This man was honored as Bradford County's Paramedic of the Year in 2015 and became a certified critical care paramedic through the University of Florida in 2019. In June 2022, after rising through the ranks, he was appointed Fire Chief of Bradford County Fire Rescue. And today, he leads a dedicated team of more than 60 professional firefighter, paramedics, and EMTs. He's currently pursuing a bachelor's degree in public administration, and he remains grounded in his core values, his faith in God, his devotion to his family, and commitment to his community. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce to you Bradford County Fire Rescue Chief Ben Carter.
Good evening. Graduates, faculty, family, and honored guests, welcome. It's a true honor to stand before you today to celebrate a significant milestone in your lives. To the graduates of the Florida Gateway College Fire Academy and EMT programs, congratulations. You've earned the right to step into one of the most meaningful but also challenging professions in our society. You are not just joining a workforce, you're joining a calling. Whether you're putting on bunker gear or stepping onto an ambulance, remember this: you are being entrusted with people in their most vulnerable moments. That's not a small thing. That's a sacred responsibility, as a matter of fact. When someone dials 911, they're not just asking for help. They're putting their trust, their fear, and often their lives in our very hands. And that's what makes this job so powerful. You don't just respond to emergencies. You bring order to chaos. You bring hope to despair. You bring calm to panic. And more than anything, you bring care to people. Because that's who we serve, is people. They're not just patients. They're not just callers. They're not some number on a run report. They're real people with names, stories, fears, and families. That includes the person trapped in a wrecked car, but also the elderly man who calls every week because he's lonely, confused, or simply afraid. Yes, I'm talking about the patients who could probably drive themselves to the hospital. You will meet them if you haven't already, often. You may even sigh when you hear their address come over the radio. But I want you to remember something. Those people need us too. They may not have a dramatic injury or a medical emergency fit for a final scenario, but they have needs. And we're often the only consistent help that they ever see. You may be the only person who speaks to them with kindness that day or even that week. Don't underestimate the power of compassion. It doesn't take much to make someone feel seen, respected, and valued. And sometimes that's the best medicine that we can give. I'm going to be real with you. This job is incredible, but it's also heavy. You'll see more tragedy in 1 year than most people will see in a lifetime. You'll carry things home in your heart that don't show up in your report. And if you don't take care of yourself, if you don't speak up when it gets to be too much, it will catch up with you. So I urge you, take care of your mental health. Start that now. Talk to someone. Lean on your crew. Take a day off when you need to recharge. You're no good to anyone if you're running on empty. Burnout in this field is real, but it's not inevitable. Protect your passion, guard your mindset, and stay grounded in why you started this journey in the first place. And as you head into the next chapter, whether you're starting probation or searching for the right department, I want to leave you with a few pieces of advice. First, be humble. You've earned your patch, but you haven't earned your place yet. That comes from showing up, listening, learning, and working hard every single day. You don't know it all, and that's okay. We don't expect you to. What we do expect is effort, respect, and consistency. Be dependable. Show up early. Know your gear. Be ready. Ask questions, and own your mistakes. Your attitude will matter more than your skills in those first few months. Be the teammate that people are glad to see when you walk through the door. And finally, find a place that fits you. Don't just look for a job, look for a home. A department that invests in you, trains you, and believes in you. A place that pushes you to be better, but also supports you when you're struggling. You deserve to work somewhere that will foster not just your technical ability, but your potential as a leader, a mentor, and a servant of your community. Because one day, the new recruits that will be sitting in those seats will look up to you. Graduates, today, you're stepping into a role that matters. You're becoming guardians of life, safety, and hope. And while the world may not always understand what you do, don't forget why you do it. You're here to make a difference, and I'm confident that you will. Congratulations, be proud of what you've achieved, and welcome to the greatest profession in the world. Thank you.
Wise words. Thank you, Chief Carter. Now, on to the main event. Tonight, we're going to graduate two of Florida Gateway College's public safety programs, the firefighter program and emergency medical technician. This semester, the fire program had two classes, an A class and a B class. And to speak about the fire classes, I'd like to introduce to you Captain Thomas Fink.
Good evening. So a little bit about me. I've been around the fire service about 30 years, in training for quite a while. I've been with the school for about 3 years, went full-time in August. I want to tell you a little bit about the program. These guys, they don't just come there and put their feet up all day. It's semester long, which most of you know, but it's not 90-minute courses like English or math or whatever. You get there at 9 o'clock in the morning, or get there about 8 o'clock in the morning, set up on your footprints by 9, ready to go. You do PT, you go inside for some lecture, then you come outside, do your outside skills, and then finally about 6 o'clock at night, we do some cleanup, and about 7 o'clock they get to go home. All right, but these students, they don't just sit there and do nothing. Right? They clock about 540 hours in a semester. Right? So that's 10 hours a day, each day they're there. Shift-based, so you're on for 1 day, you're off for 2. Halfway through, it flips. You're on for 2, and then you're off for 1. Beginning of the class, there's the 2 lectures for the day, then lunch, and the remainder of the day we stay outside. When I say we go outside, there's no shade. I don't know if you've ever seen it out there, but there's just sunny everywhere. So, and then we spend the rest of the time on the grinder, and that's what you call it out there. It's a big cement pad with a whole bunch of stuff on it for them to do. But as firefighters, you guys gotta operate in extreme conditions, right? So forget about all the heat and all that kind of stuff, talking about stress, all right? So one day you could be sitting there for 1 second, eating dinner, you get about a quarter of the way through it, and all of a sudden the bell goes off, and what are you going to? Somebody trapped in a car, structure fire, victims reported within. So you go from 0 to 100 in like a split second. Your adrenaline starts flowing, and it just creates stress inside your own body. And as the chief said, you got to learn to cope with that, and there is help out there. But then after the call, a few hours later, you get to go back to the station and try to eat that cold dinner that you probably don't even want anymore. And if you're lucky enough to get that down, and don't bother going to bed because you're not going to stay there long because it's coming again. So it's just going to be constant up and down, and it's going to be constant stress. That's one thing we got to do. So in order to help prepare them for it, the instructors here at the fire program, we give them what we just call simulated stress. All right? That may or may not include, yelling at them, telling them to run a little faster when they're out in a full sprint, or just overall, just tell them that they need to do better and they need to do it faster and they better be right. All right? So this is where we kind of look at people and see the macho attitudes, they start to fade away. That entitled attitude just disappears. They don't feel entitled anymore. And I'm the always right guy, he just shuts up because he's got nothing to say. All right? And then Mr. Question, he just sits there and starts to pay attention. Right? Because he's like, all right, no more questions, I really need to know what's going on here. So they all get reality checks. They have little come to Jesus meetings and they really decide, is this what they want to do? This is where I believe it happens. So, but then they move on through the rest of the semester and end up right here, ready to go. But the success of every semester doesn't belong to these guys or girls. It belongs to the guys up on the stage, especially our instructors, because they're the ones that come out there and show these guys what to do. And I've been around the block a few times, you can't tell. And these guys are like the best I've seen. I've seen good instructors before, and I've seen not so good instructors before. These guys, they take the cake. They do. Right? But these just aren't just guys like, they're not chiefs and they're not retired guys just trying to hang on to that last thread of the service. These guys, they do this every day. They're in the grind. They're firefighters, they're lieutenants, they're captains. They do their 2 on 1 off, or 2 on 2, 4 off, whatever it is now, the 4896s or the 2472s or whatever they're doing these days. And then they take their time away from their family, their days off to come out here and instruct at the college. Because their love for the profession is to turn out good firefighters. Okay? So I think that they deserve a round of applause for their dedication to the program. Because it definitely wouldn't happen without them. We wouldn't be here tonight without them. And then one more round of applause for Chief Higdon, who puts it all together. Back to Chief Higdon.
I'm sorry, I should have asked you to pull out your phone and open Google Translate. If you put in Long Island, New York, it'll make a lot more sense. I've been waiting all semester to say that. I'd like to ask our fire instructors to rise and go to the edge of the stage over there. A class, please stand. If you will, please come around and go to the edge of the stage. While they make their way over there, we're going to call their name. They're going to come across and get their certificate. But what you may not see on the side is they are going to be handed a challenge coin. And then they're going to be presented with their certificate. For those in the audience that are not familiar with the meaning behind a challenge coin, they're more than just metal and enamel. They're emblems of courage, unity, and sacrifice. Each coin tells a story of blazing infernos conquered and lives saved, a testament to the bravery of those who face danger head on. Carrying this challenge coin is not just about completion of a program. It's about belonging to a brotherhood that knows no bounds, where every member is ready to lay it all on the line for the safety of others. May you all carry this coin in good spirit, good health, and always with a sense of nobility.
All right. Jonathan Carlton. Stephen Cootie. Mason Davis. Jared Hopkins. AJ Hunt. Anthony Lee. Mason Ryan. Troy Steinhoff. Lashawn Strong. Brian Sullivan. Colt Terrell. Hunter Tripp. Anthony Turner. Samuel Watkins. Jalen Watson. Paul White. Okay, can we have B class come up? B class. Omar Argot. Delaney Crosby. Jacob Dessou. Jordan Donnell. Yeah. Kyle Dugan. Gabriel Duran. Donald Kaisarian. Tyler Carlson. Connor Kuziski. Matthew Ling. Robert Longstreet. Nathan Miller. Daniel Moore. Victoria Muffley. Harley Munn Bracewell. Riley Murray. Bradley Salazar. Not in attendance. Caleb Talbot. Jaden Thomas. Victoria Verville. Tristan Walker. Michael Weisberg. Kevin Welsh.
One more round of applause for our fire graduates. And now we have a special moment that we would like to do. In each class, every semester, we like to give special recognition to some students that have excelled in certain areas. Our first award is for the most improved performer. Learning and improving over time is a lifelong process. These same principles apply to our training. Students should learn from their failures and then improve their skills. Most people who grew up playing sports know what the Most Improved Player Award is. Many times, coaches gave out this award almost as a consolation prize. They usually gave it to the worst player on the team. This made the award seem less valuable than it's intended to be. And unfortunately, this has caused people to hold little or no value for this award. But tonight is different. This award goes to the person in each class who improved the most, which is the true meaning of this award. The hard work and dedication these recipients have put into their training is what this award symbolizes. It considers the work they have done to become better. The true meaning of this Most Improved Performer Award makes it one of the highest achievements a student can actually get. It was Maya Angelou who said, "You may encounter many defeats, but you must not be defeated. In fact, it may be necessary to encounter the defeats so that you can know who you are, what you can rise from, and how you can still come out of it." For the Most Improved Performer Awards, we would like to recognize from the A class, Jonathan Carlton. And from the B class, Donald Kaiserian. Our second award is for leadership. It's also known as the Alpha Award. The Alpha Leadership Award is given to a student who exemplifies significant leadership skills, such as the ability to lead and guide other students, develop student talents, and successfully manage an efficient and effective group at the highest level. They have promoted teamwork and collaboration throughout this course. They have worked quietly behind the scenes to improve themselves and their classmates, and have consistently done so with a positive attitude. They have demonstrated a high level of initiative, responsibility, and resourcefulness. They've developed trust and credibility through open, respectful communication, and provide a sense of purpose, vision, and mission for their classmates and instructional staff by investing time and effort into developing others. It was John Maxwell who said, "A leader is one who knows the way, goes the way, and shows the way." For the Alpha Leadership Awards, we would like to recognize from A class, Stephen Cootie. And from the B class, Matthew Ling. The final award that we want to give this evening is for academic excellence. The Academic Achievement Award is conferred on a student whose academic performance during the course demonstrates remarkable consistency at the highest level of achievement. The intent of the award is to recognize those who have rewarded us in the classroom. Keep in mind, our program is not solely academic in the classroom, it is also academic on the training ground. There are practical exams that they must pass as well. This includes all of those things. Those who achieve on a level of excellence, who study with intensity, motivate themselves and others, and genuinely celebrate learning in all aspects to its fullest, are the ones that are selected for this award. It was Vince Lombardi who said, "Perfection is not attainable, but if we chase perfection, we can catch excellence." For the Academic Excellence Awards, we'd like to recognize from the A class, Anthony Turner, and from the B class, Victoria Verville. Congratulations to our fire classes. Now that they've completed their programs, they will pledge their commitment through an oath. A class and B class, please stand. Raise your right hand and repeat after me. My duty is to protect those that I serve from whatever danger they may face, whether it be fire, demon, or angel, no matter what the danger. I will protect the people to the best of my ability. I am but a servitor of the people. My duty is to those whom I serve and to no one else. I serve the people without fear, without remorse, and without fail. My duty is to the people. By my firefighter's oath, I am bound to protect those who are in danger, those in times of need, those who I would serve. You may be seated. Thank you. You gentlemen may be seated. And now, with our emergency medical services programs, I'd like to introduce to you Chief David Richardson.
Okay, I know that y'all probably ready to get out of here, so I'll try to make it quick as I can. But we do need to show some respect for these students that have finished a long haul, and they finally made it to the end. Back this up a little bit. Like I said, I'm David Richardson. I was the instructor for Section 1. Chief Brown was the instructor for Section 2. He is unable to be with us tonight. I'd want to thank the friends, the parents, the relatives, all those that come out for supporting the students tonight. We appreciate you being here. I want to start out by explaining what the EMT program actually is. I know a lot of you may not even understand what these students had to go through. It's a 16-week course which involves a lot of lectures, labs, clinicals, field rides, and a lot of assignments, quizzes, exams, and skill sheets. Altogether, there's over 300 contact hours plus, it's actually a little bit over 300, completed for the semester, and it breaks down to approximately 24 hours per week. That's just class, clinicals, and all that. That does not include the time that they spent studying and reading and, preparing for class. There's 14 hours of classroom lectures. There's 60 hours of field rides, 36 hours of hospital clinicals. We covered 41 chapters in our textbook, which covered each body system, the histories and laws related to EMS, OBGYN, special patients, and operational management in the EMS field, just to name a few. With the 41 chapters and assignments and quizzes given for each chapter, we also had 7 exams, a midterm exam and practical, 2 written finals and practical final. We also had 3 other classes that were part of the EMT program. They included the CPR certification, EVOC, which is Emergency Vehicle Operations course, and the National Registry Review class. If that's not enough, you've got to consider the numerous hours studying and preparing for class, lab skills, and other related work. With that being said, let's give those students a round of applause. In return, I asked the students to give those parents, friends, and relatives a round of applause for putting up with what y'all had to go through. As an EMT student, you've learned skills that will use throughout your life, skills that may one day be used to save another one's life. Just think about that. That possibility is real. You now know what to do to provide care for those in need, showing up to make the difference at the most difficult time in someone's life. Use that ability with professionalism, confidence, and pride that accompany this position. Think about the basic information you learn. You come in knowing your ABCs. Now you know your ABCs, your ex-ABCs, and your ex-cab. You know how to check for AVPU. You know what to look for in DCAT, BTLS. And you need to know what to find out when you asked about the OPQRST. This is a whole new language. Asking sample questions. If you're still confused, maybe these students could check your AEIOU tips and find out what's going on. They know what I'm talking about. And don't ever forget the 21 points of circulation, right? Okay. There are many, many more mnemonics, but I'm sure you would rather not think about them right now. Just like those weird medical terms that we had to learn. Chief Brown said his class will never forget what peristalsis is and why it's important, and it is important. In my class, they will always know if any call they respond to reassess, reassess, reassess. Why did I say it 3 times? Because we always reassess, absolutely. So we did learn a few things in class. I say quite a few things. And, we're here tonight to recognize that. To the students, I say this with total honesty, that this semester has been enjoyable. Not all semesters are enjoyable, but this one actually has been. As an instructor, watching each of you learn, the vast amount of information provided to you, I saw the desire to learn and to want to know the information. I feel confident in your ability to perform the skills taught. Each of you will succeed in the future as long as you never stop learning and and never give up. I'm now going to read the names of the students, and we will present you with your diploma or your certification. And then we will do the oath, and I will have 2 student guest speakers that wants to say something about the class as soon as we finish that, and I'll give you instructions once that's completed on how we're going to exit. So if the Section 1 and Section 2 EMT class will stand. Just line up over here. I do want to introduce Captain Tanishaw. He is one of our lab instructors. Matter of fact, he's our main lab instructor. He's helped these students throughout the semester to learn these skills. He's been there. He's been very able to teach what needs to be taught as far as these skills go. So when they get out in the field and start actually practicing these skills, we're going to give Captain Tanishaw the credit. Okay? So if I could have the students line up, just file out and line up over here. Got them in. Actually, Daniel, where's Daniel at? You're supposed to be first. So Section 1's going to go first. We thought we had them seated where we could just kind of file them out. So after we complete Section 1, we'll do Section 2. Yeah. Section 1 class was the Monday, Wednesday class. Section 2 is going to be our Tuesday, Thursday class. Our first student is Daniel Barbell. And these students will also be getting a challenge coin that they could keep with them as well. Douglas Kaysen. Tyler Fields. Jacob Hanley. Elise Kempmeyer. Carl J. Loy, CJ. Hunter Matthews. Jordan Smith. Elijah Smith. Royal Spain. And Gavin Winky. Okay, for the Section 2 class, it should be up to there. The first is going to be Quentin Barnes. Brian Benanke, sorry. Torrin Bunce. Jacob Birch. Macy Cameron. Jordan Cruz. Sydney DeHart. Jaden Drew. Jaden got in a little accident while working on a clinical, a ride-along, so it could even be dangerous as a student. So we're glad he made it, though. Larry Jeffries. Jackson Jones. Jalen Lamb. Zachary Maley. Brianna Metcalf. Ty Rowe. Ann Robertson Soki. Okay, now I got a couple of special awards, and then I'm going to let the student speakers speak, and then we'll do that. And this is for Section 1 and Section 2. The first is Outstanding Academic Performance for Section 1, and that will be, who is it? That's Jordan Smith. Jordan was very competitive with this, and she was very concerned about her grades at the whole time, but she started out good and ended good. Then we have an outstanding clinical performance. This is when you do your clinical work at hospitals and your ride-alongs. Chief Steele done this award, and this goes to Carl Loy. CJ. For the Section 2 class, outstanding academic performance, Sydney Dayhart. Oh, wrong way. It works, it works. For the outstanding clinical performance goes to Quentin Barnes. Okay, if I could get my two student speakers up here, I think it's Daniel and Torin.
I would like to thank all of you for being here today in support for our class. Thank you to all the teachers and instructors for everything that you've done. Though it was only 16 weeks, we grew together and created friendships. We pulled together as a team. We studied together, stressed together, almost cried together, laughed and made memories, took each other's vitals and supported one another. We learned, developed, grew, and overcame what many thought to be a very challenging task. As we pressed on and overcame each test, we could see the finish line approaching and became more confident in ourselves and our abilities. Then the final came, and nearly all hope was lost. We pulled together. Our teachers and instructors supported us and encouraged us, believed in us. Many hours of sleep were lost. Countless amounts of caffeine were consumed. Heart rates reached near ventricular tachycardia levels. However, we conquered our finals, we pushed through, and we made it. We should be proud of ourselves, proud of each other, proud of where we started and where we are now. The journey has just begun. We look forward and onward and upward. And remember that you will always have a team. Remember you will always have support. And before anything else, remember your scene safety and personal protective equipment, and to always reassess. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed instructors, family, and friends, today marks a significant milestone for each of us as we celebrate the completion of our EMT certification. This certification is a testament to the hard work, dedication, and countless hours we've invested in learning how to save lives and make a difference when it matters most. This journey has been filled with challenges through stressful testing and skill training, but it has also been filled with growth, camaraderie, and a shared sense of purpose. We've learned not only the technical skills required, but also the importance of compassion, quick decision-making, and teamwork in the face of crisis. As we step into this new chapter, we carry with us the responsibility to serve our communities with strive, integrity, and heart. The road ahead may be tough, but together we are ready for whatever comes our way. Congratulations to my fellow graduates, and thank you all to who have supported us on this journey. Here to the future, we make a real difference one call at a time. Thank you very much.
Okay, I'm sure y'all ready to go get something to eat. We're almost finished. Students, I tell you now to go out and do the greatest good with the knowledge you now have, and do no harm. With this, we're going to end the program. I want the students to stand. Everyone else remain seated. We're going to lead the students out. Once we get out, that will conclude our program. Oh, I'm glad somebody showed me. Our oath. We didn't do our oath. Sorry. We are going to do our oath. So will my EMT students stand up? I knew I'd forget something. All right, hold up your right arm. Hand. Okay. Be it pledged, just repeat after me, be it pledged as an emergency medical technician, I will honor the physical and judicial laws of God and man. Okay, you can read it as you do this. I will follow that regime which, according to my ability and judgment, I consider for the benefit of the patients and abstain from whatever is deleterious and mischievous, nor shall I suggest any such counsel. Into whatever homes I enter, I will go into them for the benefit of only the sick and injured, never revealing what I see or hear in the lives of men unless required by law. There you go. I shall also share my medical knowledge with those who may benefit from what I have learned. I will serve unselfishly and continuously in order to make a better world for all mankind. While I continue to keep this oath unviolated, may it be granted to me to enjoy life and the practice of the art, respect all men in all times. Should I trespass or violate this oath, may the reverse be my lot. So help me God. Now we will make our exit. Everyone stand up.